I just like the aloha of the people. It's so nice that you can meet somebody and they'll come around and give you a hug, and it's so nice, instead of like always just putting out a handshake. Aloha, my name is Lin Sugihara. I've been working with SHOPO since May 2014. Born and raised in Pearl City. I actually retired from the police department in 2011. At SHOPO, I do basically benefits and insurances for employees and officers who wants to have coverage for themselves or their families. Claims for life insurance, claims for any type of for our insurances. Sometimes they'll open up and start talking about, if they were sick for a long time or if it was all of a sudden kind of death, and it's touching too, because sometimes I know the officers that have passed, and so I can talk to them sometimes like for half an hour, or sometimes it can be as short as like 5-10 minutes. But it is very emotional at times, especially for the last two that passed away from Kauai. And I try to give little advice because as I said, I used to work for HPD and I used to work in finance, so I knew a lot of information where where they need to contact as far as ERS and EUTF for their medical information. Because I'm already in the upper years of retirement, I don't know exactly how much more longer I'll do it, but I'll try to hang on as long as I can, because it's very rewarding, talking to people and trying to give little advices, because they're always asking, what should they do sometimes, and and it's kind of fulfilling.
This would be something that I would consider a purpose, because I know policemen have it rough out there, especially today, more than when I started 17 years ago. But today it seems a lot more difficult, to be a police officer, and it takes a special person to be one too. My name is Danny, Ho'opi'i. So I used to run the gift shop, but they have since closed since COVID. So I kind of do everything else, like handle the board, travel, all the reservations for their trips, ordering of the food, some secretary work, just kind of help everybody in the office. But the main job would be receptionist. I had respect for the police officers because I have uncles who are in the department that have since retired. But and then my husband's also in the department as well. And so when I got offered the job, I was so happy to, be doing something kind of with HPD, even though I didn't, become a cop or anything, or dispatch or anything. It still had something to do with, the police department. There is something different about living here in Hawaii that's different than anywhere else in the world. So it's special. There's this aura about people. I mean, you still find the people that are not so, aloha, but there's just something different. Because I did move away for a while. I lived in Utah for about 8 years. So my husband left the department at that time, and we just wanted to come home. We just missed it, and I know the cost of living is ridiculous, but somehow we do it. I don't know how we do it, but somehow we all do it. So I'm excited for the new direction that SHOPO has been going. There's some exciting new things. I miss the old crew so much, but also in this month or so, a lot of great things have been rolling. So it's looking great for our members, greater, I should say.
I love helping people. That's probably top notch. The most rewarding thing is to be of service to others and to be of service to people who protect me and my family every day. That's really cool. That's a great feeling to, be the support for that. Aloha. My name is Josephine Polavia, and I am the SHOPO Administrative Assistant, specifically for the Honolulu chapter, but I also help out administratively just within the office here. And I have been with SHOPO, I just made 1 year, February 1st. Originally from Oregon, so I'm a mainlander transplant. I've lived here on Oahu since 2013. It's so much different here, as everybody that has been here or lives here knows. But it's also such a unique cultural difference that is so special to Hawaii. There's no other place on earth that is like this place as far as culture goes. It's almost as if each island has their own cultural uniqueness to them as well, not just like the state of Hawaii. I'm very curious by nature, and I like to have an understanding of what goes on behind the scenes. And I think the most rewarding thing has been to kind of peek behind the curtains of what police officers face, just as like from an employee standpoint, what they have to deal with just to protect their community. There's a great new energy, just real vibrant, and the difference is noticeable, like really tangibly noticeable. So I'm just looking forward to being a part of that and helping.
Enjoying everyone's uniqueness and the aloha that we have for each other. My name is Jessie Oshiro, and I'm the Executive Secretary / Office Manager for SHOPO. I've been here since 1979. Being a police officer nowadays, in Hawaii as well as throughout the nation, is so different from when I first started. It's so challenging for our officers, being scrutinized every day, for every little thing, and can be disciplined, at the drop of a hat. So it affects the family, the community, everyone. And 40 years ago, it wasn't like that. It's very different, contract negotiations is very different as well, our economy. So it's the whole gamut that has changed, and we have to adapt and evolve and just try to make things better for everyone. Every day is a challenge, and I enjoy working with the different boards and staff. And I think what kind of stands out in my mind as the most rewarding is when SHOPO went to the legislature and we fought for arbitration. So that's why SHOPO goes to interest arbitration for our contract negotiations. And since we were successful, other unions followed suit. Just everybody hang in there, support everyone, and support our police officers.
People that know me over the years, they know I'm a fixer. So if there's some issue or some problem that needs addressing or fixing, I can usually get in there and take care of that problem or fix the issue. I'm Kiki Smith. I'm the general manager of SHOPO, recently hired in January of 2022. Prior to that, I had retired from HPD with 36 years of service, 34 of which I had been participating as a SHOPO representative in some capacity. So since then, 1 year of retirement, I was asked to come back on board to assist the new state board in their endeavors to move forward with SHOPO activities. I got indoctrinated back in the day in '86 when I was a young rookie officer. One day I got approached by two of our shop steward and district directors and said, "You're coming with us to a meeting after work." And I didn't know what it was. Got indoctrinated into union business then and have been participating in some respect through all those years, assisting our members who might in some way get in trouble or have a mistake and then have to answer for it. The union is there to support them through those times of difficulty, including if they get involved in an OIS or a critical incident. So SHOPO has always been that lifeline, I believe, and participating with SHOPO through those years has been rewarding for me by helping others. In 5 years, I think I should be able to have contributed some aspects of that, whether it's staffing issues that are currently being spoken about in Honolulu or in Maui for that matter. It is going to be an ongoing problem. It's a nationwide problem, and however we deal with it, we have to deal with it with each county department, and hopefully I'll be able to contribute to at least that problem. So let's go back in time. Back in, I believe, the 80s and 90s. I came in 84. There was a recruitment drive for the mainland, trying to take officers or people from Hawaii to transplant to Seattle, to LA, Los Angeles, and other jurisdictions for police services. And quite a bit of officers did transplant, went to the mainland. And some stayed, others came back home because it's not always greener on the other side. And it was one of those decisions I had to make early on. I was one of those that were contemplating moving. And when I asked my wife, she said no. So that was it. I also live on the windward side, which I believe is God's country. It rains just about every morning. And to leave that location and to move to other places on the mainland, it might look better, but I believe why Hawaii is what it is, considering the windward side where I'm from. I don't think I'd ever leave it. Well, I think SHOPO is in a new realm, with new leadership. Different ideas have come to the forefront. I think it's been established right now that the president, Robert Kavako, is on a mission. He has goals. He has set benchmarks, and they're very high benchmarks. And I think going forward, I think he's going to achieve quite a bit from his checklist for those goals. And I'm very excited to be part of that team that's going to move SHOPO forward in the next 4 to 5 years.